From Midland, Odessa, and Big Spring, we're Basin trusted, Basin proud. This is Local 2 News Good Day in HD.
Well, we've got some more rain in the forecast this morning, and it looks like we could be in for a wet Wednesday. Of the latest on what we can expect going forward, coming up next.
Also, one Odessa district lacking representation at city council meetings, but residents made sure their voices still heard. And crime tips to community events. There's now an app for that. Midland Police launches its free way to be in the know. Then, the number of sexual assault on college campuses on the rise. Hear what the State Board of Education is doing to try to prevent more from happening. Good morning and welcome into Good Day. I'm Rebecca Jeffrey. Thanks for joining us this morning. Today is Wednesday, March 9th, 2016. The Odessa City Council addressing the empty seat on the stand. Due to health problems, Reverend Roger McNeil has been asked to step down. District 1 represents the south side of Odessa, and people know that seat remains cold. Local 2's Jenna Sands attended the City Council meeting and tells us District 1's voice was still heard.
And you know, when things matter like this does, we come together.
Odessa City Council one person short.
But this is the hand we've been dealt.
The second largest district in Odessa, unrepresented.
District 1 wasn't at the table. We didn't have the opportunity to say, we want this. We want this.
Now the question comes up, how is the City Council going to fill the seat? To appoint the position versus the people's vote.
But we need to hear from District 1. We need to know what you want. We need to get it out there so that everyone that's not here has the same option to speak.
Suggesting council could appoint someone to hold the position with an exception. Whoever sits in the seat could not run for that same position during the November election.
Effectively, you've insulted every single member or every single citizen in District 1 because what you said is...
Which triggered an immediate reaction.
Your decision, if you make the decision to deny a candidate access to running, I think violates the 14th Amendment Equal Protection. And if you did do that, we would challenge it.
Within seconds, the council opened the floor to the people present from District 1 for a full discussion. Multiple residents from the area saying that seat cannot remain empty.
You guys know it. They don't know it.
And you would eliminate a lot of this talking coming up here like we're doing now because we would have somebody to speak for us.
One woman unofficially vying for the seat brought up a petition with 285 signatures from supporters.
What I would like to do is have citizens contact us. I represent you as your mayor. I represent the entire city, but I'm going to worry about District 1 a little more right now.
That was Jenna Sands reporting. Now, the council did choose to suspend the discussion, but said they will have a solution to the vacant seat by the March 22nd meeting.
Now, your weather on the Twos. Sponsored by Planet Fitness.
And time now to send it over to meteorologist John Mayer with a check of our forecast this morning. John.
All right, thank you, Rebecca. Well, we are continuing to track some of those showers developing out there early this morning. Not quite as much activity as what we saw a couple of hours ago, but it doesn't mean we won't be in for some more wet weather moving forward. In the northern basin, well, really, we're just looking at some of that rainfall just north of Big Spring. Most of this north of I-20 right now, but we do see a couple of showers developing in Lee County, New Mexico as well. Odessa, Midland, though, fairly dry out there, and I don't think we're going to be seeing too much in the way of wet weather coming our way. But check this out just down to the south. South of I-10, we've got a large storm system developing just south of Fort Stockton, making its way into the Glass Mountains and towards the southern Trans-Pecos as we speak. That'll be the best chance to see some rain during the morning commute. Latest on that coming up in your full forecast.
Local 2, your local election headquarters, and Bernie Sanders wins the critical battleground state of Michigan. Now it's a sharp blow to Hillary Clinton. Sources say her campaign is shaken by the close Democratic race there. However, Clinton did pull off a win in Mississippi. Donald Trump is another big winner, taking the Republican primaries in both Mississippi and Michigan. Ted Cruz, the winner of Idaho. Now, Republicans in Hawaii also had a chance to weigh into the presidential race. Mayor Maloney has reactions from Super Tuesday, too.
In a stunning upset, Bernie Sanders winning the Michigan primary.
I just want to take this opportunity to thank the people of Michigan who kind of repudiated the polls that had us 20, 25 points down a few days ago. who repudiated the pundits who said that Bernie Sanders was not going anywhere.
While Hillary Clinton still holds the lead in the delegate race, it represents an embarrassing speed bump in her efforts to pull away from the Sanders campaign.
We believe that our strongest areas are yet to happen. We're going to do very, very well in the West Coast and other parts of this country.
Hillary Clinton winning Mississippi. Crowds cheered at her headquarters as supporters heard the news.
This campaign is about building a future where every American can live up to his or her full potential, no matter where you come from, what you look like, or who you love.
Thank you very much, everyone. This was an amazing evening.
Donald Trump winning crucial victories in Mississippi and delegate-rich Michigan.
One of the things I'm most happy about is that the turnout has been just massive.
Performing strong despite a barrage of attacks from opponents.
I don't think I've ever had so many horrible, horrible things said about me in 1 week.
Trump not the only Republican winner of the night. Ted Cruz winning Idaho. Now the focus is on next Tuesday with contests in Marco Rubio's home state of Florida.
I believe with all my heart that the winner of the Florida primary next Tuesday will be the nominee of the Republican Party.
And John Kasich's home state of Ohio.
We're now moving into a position where the people of America are beginning to hear this message, and it's going to get stronger.
I'm Mary Maloney reporting.
Turning to your crime watch this morning, Midland Police launching their new mobile app. We're told it'll help the community stay on top of crime and traffic alerts. It also collects anonymous tips. MPD says the app saves the public and police a whole lot of time.
We want to save people time. We want to make it easier for them. So, we've got information on there, how to file a police report, how to get a copy of an accident report, how to request an off-duty officer, stuff that we're always getting asked. It's now going to be at their fingertips.
The app is available both on iPhones and Android devices. Just search Midland Police Department. Staying in Midland, MPD works to combat an increase in rapes across the Tall City after newly released statistics show a 27% spike in the crime between 2014 and 2015. Local 2's Casey Jones spoke with the department about what's being done to help decrease this rate.
A 2015 crime report from the Midland Police Department shows crime on the rise.
Well, a couple of areas ticked up.
Including rape, which increased by nearly 30%. 10 more cases to be exact, according to Police Chief Price Robinson.
We'll continue to work on crime, be vigilant, and just keep Midland as safe as we can.
To fight the ongoing problem, MPD looks to one program that's been around since 2013, the Rape Aggression Defense Program, also known as RAD.
One's too many. And with this class, we just want ladies to be able to defend themselves, not necessarily dealing with rape, but just be able to defend themselves in general.
John Kerrigan with MPD tells me this free class quickly became a hot commodity, and space is limited.
The class has been really, really popular, and we've just finally caught up, and I can see we're going to be starting to get a lot of people interested back into the class.
RAD fighting Midland's rape rate by giving women the confidence to fight back in case of attack.
We try to get across to the ladies that we want them to be aware of their surroundings. And if for whatever reason something does go bad, they have some tools that they can maybe defend themselves, escape from a bad guy if need be.
Casey Jones, Local 2 News.
Casey, thank you. Now, we did ask the department if they plan to do anything differently with this class since they've noticed an increase in the rapes. They say they will continue to educate women on self-defense and safety. Meanwhile, in Odessa, the Odessa Crisis Center educating students and residents on the issues surrounding rape.
Being able to fight back is not always a possibility. Even if they're not using weapons, which many times they do.
Now, the executive director tells us they go around educating nearly 18,000 students a year. Reports show in nearly 82% of rape cases, the victim and offender know each other, and the abuse goes unreported. If you're a victim and need help, the Crisis Management Center serves 9 counties here in West Texas. And sexual assault, particularly on college campuses, is an issue pushed into the nation's spotlight recently. Vice President Joe Biden addressed the issue at the Oscars. And Tuesday morning, Texas lawmakers addressed how to prevent the growing problem here in our state. Ariana Wernicke is in Austin with more.
really, I mean, I knew this was an issue, but the alarming rate was what really just kind of shook me all up on this particular thing.
Right now, the U.S. Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights is investigating more than 200 sexual assault cases at 167 colleges and universities under Title IX. And 5 of those are in Texas.
We know that 1 in 5 adult women and 2 in 5 adult men in Texas report a lifetime history of sexual assault. So we know it's prevalent.
Dr. Noel Bush Armendariz from the University of Texas at Austin testified in front of a panel of 9 state lawmakers Tuesday morning.
It absolutely is an issue that needs to be addressed.
She says sexual assault on college campuses is severely underreported in Texas.
We know it's prevalent across campuses. So we don't want institutions to be blind to it, but we also want them to be able to respond to their student body in ways that are the most effective.
Lawmakers also discussed how drug and alcohol play a factor in sexual assault cases. Representative Myra Crownover said this morning the two go hand in hand with each other. She said the best way to avoid sexual assault is, quote, being sober. Experts responded by saying they want campuses to look at alcohol as a way of increasing vulnerability among sexual assault victims, not culpability.
Anna Warnicki, Local 2 News.
Switching gears, a new venture began Tuesday night, combining 2 things many people love: parties and food. The Midland Shuttle Services Party Bus now takes people on a weekly Taste Around Midland tour, stopping at different restaurants around the Tall City. Local 2's Tyler Wessner has this story.
Not an empty seat inside the party bus Tuesday night as Midland Shuttle Services launched its new idea, Tastes Around Midland.
Well, we've had this bus before, but just a couple months ago, we created it into a party bus. It's based on something that has been done on a yearly basis, but we now are doing it every week.
Lauren Morano with Midland Shuttle Services says every Tuesday night from 6:30 to 9:30, the party bus will visit 3 restaurants around town.
A lot of people complain when they come to Midland that there's not really anything to do. So this gives them something to do on a weekly basis. It's not the same thing every time.
On the menu this Tuesday night, On the Border, Olive Garden, and Tilted Kilt.
We're going for the hidden gems in Midland and also our chains. So kind of a mix of both what's popular.
Midlander Leslie Donnell, one of the passengers on the maiden voyage, for the $59 per person price tag.
Midland is always in the need of something new to do, and when I heard about this, we were all excited to check it out.
Complimentary drinks were provided on the party bus, which requires riders to be 21 or older.
I think exposure to some of the, locally owned and operated restaurants and bars would get a lot of great exposure from this opportunity.
If you couldn't make it out Tuesday night, next week they'll feature Texas Roadhouse, Rue 432, and Johnny Carino's. Tyler Wessner, Local 2 News.
Now, your weather on the Tubes. Sponsored by Planet Fitness.
John, for many reasons, they're lucky it wasn't a walking tour.
Yeah. First of all, that's not as fun. And second of all, it was pretty wet out there. So, yeah, that's not necessarily the best plan. But the good news is, next week, if you want to take that walking tour, I guess you're free to, because